We welcome back, everyone, from Jesus Christ. Like the amount of homies that I saw, like literally, welcome back, everyone, to the High Rollers episode
17, baby.
Yep. We're almost hitting 20.
We've got a lot today. Got some recaps, some news.
Yeah, this will probably be our most structured without even trying episode, because we got news, but then the trip reports are going to be coming in chronologically for sure. I'm kind of mad I knew one of the nights I should have just threw on my audio, like my phone audio, my recording, and then just be like, hey everyone, we're here, Holiday World.
The cabin vibes.
The cabins were honestly my favorite part of the whole entire event.
Dude, the cabins are such a vibe.
But,
can't wait. I literally already can't wait for next year.
We're already spoiling. As yes, we went to, at least I partially went to Holiwood Nights. I got blue balls because I didn't get the tickets, but I got my first visit to Holiwood Nights, or Holiday World in general, so we'll be talking about that. We finally got you back to King's Dominion.
I know, first visit of the season.
Yes.
Finally got on New Grizzly, so
and I think
talk about that.
I think from when I also, before everything else, I even went to Carowinds before this too. Like,
oh,
did I even talk about that?
I don't think so.
So,
or maybe you did on the last cast. I actually don't know. When did you go and when did we record the last cast?
Let me look.
That is a good question, because I actually don't remember.
So much stuff actually really did happen.
I know you talked about Dollywood on the last cast.
There we are.
Because I was talking about the
So
last cast. So maybe you did not talk about. No, you went to Carowinds the day after.
That's exactly what I got confused.
Yeah. You went right after we recorded.
So, yes. A lot of shit has happened. Hopefully we'll keep it up, because I like doing this. I like basically half-ass reviewing the parks, and I don't mean that in a way that like I'm going to just like, give a half-ass analysis of the parks and stuff, but like, put up a video and recording and getting the the footage for it, and maybe even making a script. We're going off the cuff here. I just had let me talk about what I hit, because I like doing that, the Ganja review, because I got something new. I got some head cracker.
Head cracker.
Yeah, it's been it's actually a hybrid, surprisingly enough. It sounds like a shred of sativa, but yeah, definitely sativa dominant. Some of my favorite strains are sativa dominant, so I've been really fucking with it. I've been really liking it. I do not have the rest of like the actual THC content and all that, but I just know it's from Dharma. So if you're interested yourself and you can get it, it's pretty good. I like it. It's nice. So yeah, I also have some popcorn here, because the munchies are definitely kicking in.
I got some Buc-ee's beef jerky today. Feeling nice.
How much beef jerky did you get?
I got 4 packs at the Richmond, Kentucky Buc-ee's, which was the most crowded Buc-ee's that Wes and I have been to. That place was insane.
A little overwhelming. Not gonna lie to you. But let's get to the news, because the trip reports are at the end of all of this. And
let's get right into the news.
So first off, I guess we'll do a little spin on this, because I liked what Alex said. So congratulations, Alex, for testing it right here, right now. Is this gas or trash? We're gonna do it for the news in general.
Gas or trash?
Now, I think we're going to have a segment where someone should just give us a take. And if they think it's like a horrible take or a hot take, but they have it, they own it, just give it to us, and we should see if that's gas or trash.
What do we got today for gas or trash?
All right, so let's see for news-wise, though. Well, first off, Jeffrey Siebert is the GOAT. Because he has a whole roadmap set up for a park. Now, when was the last time? I don't think I've ever seen a roadmap. I've seen like phases, where Kings and Minion was talking about, phase here, what's happening, and phase 2 for potentially what's gonna happen next. It's like concepts, right? No, this man literally has a whole timeline of what's going on into 2024 announcements, and even more into then. It's showing all the way from the new food location, the summer vibes presented by M&M's, the electric car changes, finally the Kid Flash coaster, Circuit Breaker Grand Prix, with the new go-karts, new gaming go-karts. There's gaming what? Apparently and then at the end of 2023, they're adding enhancements to Golden Lasso coaster to finally fix, the issues, the roughness, and all that stuff. But it's starting off with new trains in early 2024. And that's phase 2 of it. But it's going to be control enhancements and new mechanicals in phase 1. But the fact this even exists...
I'm looking at this timeline now. I mean, this is the transparency that you need. And, honestly, this is what you need from a park president.
Yes! And it's like, he actually cares. He actually gets it. He has a plan. Like, the short term, okay, what's coming up, and improvements we want to see, because this park is clearly like the best Six Flags park. People, just a majority opinion a lot of times, unless you like coasters. Magic Mountain might be up there for people. It's probably it's past it, but Fiesta Texas for a lot is really high up there as well. So it's because of Jeffrey Seaver, man. So I think we can both unanimously agree this is gas.
Yes.
Congratulations, Jeffrey. I mean, the thing is, he's always doing something to be on the news. It seems like
he's making waves.
Yes,
like Six Flags Fiesta Texas. That's the best way to put it.
So good on him for making a gas. Being the first gas and not trash. Mind blower construction going well.
I'm honestly surprised that in the clip they've got it all throughout the first drop, but then not in the barrel roll.
Yeah.
Although honestly, I don't remember Mind Blower's first drop being rough. Like, a lot of the actual layout was rough, but the first drop I don't remember thinking was super rough.
Yeah, people say it's a lot of the turns or valleys after.
Yeah.
Like that little speed hill, and then that helix there, or that turn there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never got to ride it before. It's now a semi-hybrid. There, I said it. After riding pre-cut track, I'm just like, I would be conservative as hell for keeping my woodies. Ain't no way. But it's going okay. They're putting it on. I think it'll be open maybe October latest.
My lover?
Yeah, maybe the latest. I think even earlier.
I mean, I remember hearing it was supposed to open mid-summer.
I mean, okay. But yeah, I do hope the RMC 208 track, the RMC 208 retrack, does benefit the ride. Because I am interested to see if that really does feel much different than a Titan track. And all in all.
Well,
but
bit of a spoiler alert. But as soon as Mind Blower opens, I will be able to review.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh yeah. Huh. I didn't even think of that. So,
yes.
Is there anything in between gas and trash? Is that just mid?
Mind Blower's gas, bro. What do you mean?
Yeah, but it's getting RMC 208 retrack.
I mean, I still think it's going to be gas.
Obviously. I've heard mixed opinions about Titan track, though. Because I don't know if you know YouTuber coming on up to the station weight. But
have not heard.
I think Darien Lake is one of his home parks. I don't know if I'm correct with that, but he has been loving Predators, like retracking work, Titan track, whereas I've literally talked to people like a few weeks ago, Coaster Act of Virginia, where he said he was not a fan of it at all when he rode in Darien Lake. So very polarizing opinions on it. I'm interested, obviously, to try myself. And whenever there's opinions like that, I always want to see where I plant my flag. Okay, so we'll say gas, just because it's Mind Blower and more people will ride it, and it's gonna get love, yay. So we'll say gas for the most part. King's Dominion, new executive chef, Maurice. I don't know why. I feel like he should have came on the cast now. Like, he should have just spawned in. But yeah, they have a new executive chef now, King's Dominion.
Very exciting.
Yes, very exciting. Even though Dennis, he did his work. Excited to see where Maurice comes in and steps in. Especially, I think he was behind a lot of the Firehouse Barbecues menu, and
we tried that, and it was fire.
Yeah, we'll get more into it when we get there. Which, Jesus Christ, this cast might actually be. I don't think it's gonna be the Cali is Elite. Wait, dude. Yeah, or was that was like part 2 or stuff. But like, damn.
Nah, we're gonna fly for the news. Don't even worry.
So yeah, it's Maurice, and hopefully we can get him on the cast, man. I want one of the chefs on the cast. I want to hear their like passion, their reasoning why they do certain things or make certain ways, like the background of their cooking. I want to hear the history of their cooking. I want to know where they came from with it, and I just think it's sick.
Well, King's Dominion's food has been making great waves. So
yes, that's why
I can only expect that they've picked a fantastic new executive chef who's going to make great waves. So
now
let's see it.
Now all I want is a really good pizza place that isn't just the generic theme park pizza. You know how they have Leonardo's at Carowinds, because they do have the generic pizza elsewhere in the park, but they also have Leonardo's, where you can get a better pizza if you want, and I was tempted to get it. I ended up
let's get us a little brick oven pizza place. That's what we need.
See, now you're thinking with portals. Imagine walking in there and that would be a cool sight alone. That should go in. That should go into Old Virginia. I think that'd be really good. I don't know if they said about Dogwoods. They haven't said much. Excavator Taters, I don't know if that's coming back. But they highlighted their main 4. And Grain and Grill, Outpost Cafe, Firehouse, and Country Kitchen. So
I mean, even Jungle Market Eatery is pretty good.
Yeah, I need to try it this year, but I will give honestly, there's gonna be a day where I just get a lot of the food and just try out a lot of the food with it's probably gonna be more of my friends that aren't enthusiasts, so won't be riding as much, so it's more things for us to just do and chill. And I'm very curious because the burgers at Jukebox changed in the sense that there's not bacon cheeseburgers anymore. Excuse me, the barbecue bacon cheeseburger. Oh my god, those were gas, and now they're gone. And I'm like, why? That was legitimately one of the best burgers I've had. And you're probably thinking, oh, theme park burger. No, you would know if you walk behind Twisted. You smell those burgers. It makes you want one. And they're actually really good. They're still good. It's just they got rid of the barbecue bacon. Oh man. But yeah, I need to try the chorizo queso and all that. Yeah. I love King's Dominion's food. I'm not gonna lie. It's so good. Dark Coaster opening woes. Yeah. I think, I'm not even going to put this on just Busch Gardens Williamsburg. I think this is Intamin design flaw. And I'm an Intamin fanboy. But
let me stop you right there.
Okay, no. Oh wait, but first off,
look, you can't blame Intamin for BG Dubs picking that model though. Like that's a low capacity model, and yet you choose that for your park that lacks in family coasters.
Okay,
it does not make any sense.
I know they were limited in where they were put in the layout. And first off, the last one was gas, by the way. The last news article.
Yes, Katie's food is gas. Would like to go on record saying it's much better than Busch Gardens Williamsburg's food.
Yes, because that is trash. So, yes. What were we talking about? Yeah, I know they were limited with what their layout was and putting it literally where a dark ride was. But, I guess what else can you do? I'm really thinking because I've tried to make small layouts like that myself, and I'm not a professional designer in No Limits and Planet Coaster. That shit's hard. And then the switch track, I just think the experience is a little too long, and you would want a longer ride experience, but it's not like it really does much with it anyway. So yeah, I just think maybe they could have extended the show building some, make that commitment. But yeah, it was a mix of both. I agree. I still think it's a mix of both to an extent, but more so BG Dub trying to cram this project and save as much money as they can with it.
That sounds like the Sea Exchange to me.
So, literally, from what has been counted, it looks like we're gonna say maybe the capacity is 350 to 375 on a good day. When the operators are pushing it, no breakdowns.
I don't think we should say 375 because they were saying 350 is the largest that's been recorded so far. That's what BGW fans said.
I was trying to get benefit of the doubt. You never know.
We're probably looking at like 275 to 300 depending on how slow they are. And then if they're on one train, it's even lower. It's like 150 an hour.
Because they're already having restraint variability issues, so yeah, it's not looking good. The waits have been basically on average 3 to 4 hours when you go on a very busy day.
3 to 4? I heard 2. I didn't. Oh, holy shit! 3 to 4 is bad, bro.
2? I mean 2, yeah, but I definitely see at peak hours 3 to 4. I might be dying now because people just aren't caring or got it into the weekdays, or the hype's died down, and so now it's just sitting around 2. But I forgot who posted recently. It was at 420. I think BGW fans actually posted that like yesterday.
That's insane.
And I don't know if it changed. I don't know if it, but by the time they saw the wait time, it's at 420. So I would rate that maybe for Hagrid's. Dark Coaster. Yeah. That's troll. You have to pay me a lot of money to wait in that line for Dark Coaster is all I gotta say. A lot of money. And I'm not going low. So that's trash. We'll just say that's trash. Everyone forgot about this coaster. Arctic Rescue. It opened at June 2nd in Zero San Diego. It was the other straddle coaster that opened alongside Dark Coaster this year, than the Siege Chain. Where, hint, hint, don't be surprised when they open another straddle coaster at SeaWorld Orlando next year. I'm not a big fan of these. So, yeah. It is what it is. I think San Diego actually does need it because I think they are more the gentler route with the rides. Emperor's like the biggest they've gone. I mean, they kind of have to because of they have height restrictions for sure. So, yeah, I think for this park it will fit fine, and I think they'll be able to actually have a layout that can stretch its legs, at least.
I think we're gonna go ahead and say trash.
Yeah, that is trash. Like this is this how clearly gimmicky this whole rollout of this is. It's very Six Flags, but in a no, it just feels like what Six Flags used to do. You know, hey, we got a model that works. You know, let's just throw it here at every one of our parks. Just they don't have as many parks to throw it at because they just don't own as many. Yeah. All right. Falcon's flight has been going vertical.
Oh, there's been so many different, like, the thing is like a lot of the images that are coming out, it's like it'll be posted from like some like very like a low quality phone on like TikTok, and then someone like takes a screenshot of the TikTok or something.
So it's even more
Like,
compressed.
yeah, a lot of the images are like pretty bad, but there are some images like the one I posted earlier at 7, insane.
Yeah, this stuff is really happening, man. I know I say it basically every week, but I'm more excited looking at this than looking at Tony Clark, you know, tease his cock with Thrill Dragster. So
this is like I was saying this to Colin the other day. Like, as I got into the hobby in 2021, I've never felt more excited watching a project than I am right now with Falcon's Flight.
Oh yeah, and we have such exciting projects, like even Celestial Racers, like that's so exciting. Or Starfall Racers, sorry.
That's the other one that I'd say is up there, but like
no, this is like literally a record breaking that like it's not a gimmick. It's not the first indoor baby coaster or whatever. You know, it's literally breaking the speed record, trying to break the height record. It's trying to beat it all, so yeah. Well, all the ones that are really big records, at least. The main 3, I would say: height, speed, and length. We'll have to see, man. I'm ready. Ooh, I can't wait for like the main elements to start forming, because there are people that have done their recreations, but yeah, we'll have to see when it actually comes to fruition.
Did you see the Falcon's Flight POV that got posted in the Buzzbars Discord the other day?
Was it by ML7 or not ML7?
Some guy named Mac, I believe.
I don't know. I looked at one recently that was posted in my chat.
ML Designs. ML Designs.
Yeah, ML does. Yeah, I saw.
Oh yeah, no, that POV. Oh my god, yeah, that looks insane. Just so apparently he built that going off of like a good like potential like mapping of the ride. So
now hear me out. If I get 10 seconds of yeet.
I don't watch a lot of POVs, but I did watch that one, and that one looked fucking crazy.
If I get 10 seconds of yeet from that camelback after the drop, because that camelback is, there's no way I'm just floating there like Millennium Force. You gotta yeet me, right? Come on, Intamin. Man, it looks like it could be good. I'm not sure with a ride that big that you just can avoid pacing issues.
Yeah.
But the fact that it is trying to beat all the records, like I said, and it's not trying to be the first indoor titty twister, that, yeah, this is cool. This is very exciting. I'll say gas, because for now, it's looking like it's going well. Like, it's making progress.
We're going with gas.
So, the Alton Towers, what are those? I forgot what those, the name of the chain that owns Alton Towers and Thorpe and all of that. Can't think of it right. Merlin. They always do well when they are advertising for a new ride. And let me look for this. Did I even post this? I had to, right? Alright, it's right here. So basically, they are tying in their, I think, Nemesis Subterra, which is like a walkthrough experience. Tying that in and continuing on the lore with Nemesis. So that is cool. And I'll always commend, like, adding a original story and IPs to your, and not necessarily IPs to your parks, as original things, you know.
I'm gonna go with trash because it's B&M.
But it's Nemesis. It has to be good. Right.
Anything B&M, trash.
Except I have 3 exceptions. Fury, Hulk, and Afterburner.
So you're implying that Afterburn's your number 1 invert now?
Yes, it is.
I see. A man of culture.
That corkscrew is the best corkscrew that B&M has ever engineered. So.
Well, B&M isn't very innovative, so.
Yeah. They make stand-ups.
Some people are gonna get pretty mad about that, but yeah, I said it. B&M is not innovative.
I mean, for the most part, they try to perfect what they are good at.
Yes, and that is reliability. Meanwhile, other manufacturers push the boundaries of the industry, I would say.
Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree, but like, let's say like, Apollo's Chariots Camelbacks are ass, and Mako and Candemonium's Camelbacks are really good. So that's what I mean. They're like perfecting what they're good at as well with the elements that they make. Except their inversions. I would say their inversions have gotten worse. Like they had the sauce in the 90s.
I mean,
it depends on which coaster you're talking, but they're missing that whip. You get float in them, which I get a lot of people like float and you can take float easier, but I want to feel ripped through an inversion. I don't really get that through B&Ms anymore. At the newer ones. How do we change it? Just because you said, listen, Nemesis is gonna be good.
I mean,
what?
I don't know. I like saying B&M is trash.
Well, you generally. We'll go with. Okay, you say trash. Well, I say it's pretty gas. That's pretty gas. You know, I think it's gas. But El Toro getting a lot of new track and wood. But also, on top of that, it got updated again because now they are testing Zayride. And man, I really thought they were going to push it to next year. Because I am just that worried. But hopefully they know what they're doing. Because I get a lot of track work was done. But the issue was the supports. It was literally structurally compromised. So.
I heard Intamin did a lot of work.
Yeah.
So, no aftermarket stuff. And they also took the what was it, the Kia logo off the trains.
Bro, finally. Hopefully he still has the bullhorns though.
I think so.
Okay.
I think it does.
So, keep your eyes peeled on Great Adventure. Because he'll be getting back on El Toro soon. They've been testing it basically every day since this news broke about 3 days ago. Oh, alright. I guess this is big enough news that we have to talk about Dragster. So,
wait, as Dragster news? Oh god.
Yes, but it's actually interesting.
Was it the thing that Tony Clark gave out to all the people?
Yes. While a lot of people were at Holiwood Nights, a lot of people were also at Coaster Mania at Cedar Point. And with him being there, I'm not sure exactly if just because you were there you got this, or if you had to be with Tony at a specific time. But regardless, these tokens were given out of this like elongated, like weird CP, and it almost like you could connect to your keychain as well. It's a weird type of logo. It's like red and white, and Tony Clark basically said that you do not want to lose those. And then when basically at the end of the conversation and before leaving, he doubled down and said, you seriously do not want to lose those. You want to keep those in a good place. He also technically confirmed, there's another thing. He kind of got trick questioned, but not really. Someone asked, will the skyline change? He just flatly said yes.
Interesting.
So, that being said, if you want to look it up yourself, you can go dig around. Pretty sure it's in the Reddit, RollerCoaster Reddit, and those places, because it's pretty big news and everyone's following Top Thrill. But yeah, this logo, C and a P, red and white, kind of has like arrows going around with it too. I don't know. Maybe. So, hear me out. A lot of people are going with Spike. Did we talk about the potential inverting role theory or something?
I don't think so.
I think potentially that we're thinking too binary right now, too surface level. What if it's like an actual inversion that it's going through again?
Huh. I know, who was it? I think Sloan from the Buzzbars Chord said something about some, like, crazy inversion on the new Dragster.
Yeah, because, like, sure, you can do a reverse launch Spike, you know, get a rollback every time, yeah. What if they actually just throw you on that switch track?
Ooh, yeah, an inline twist.
Exactly. They do like throw you on the switch track, launch you up. You go through that, it switches you to the main top hat launch where you get the full speed. Then you fall back at those positive G's and you launch into the top hat.
Yeah.
Just something like that. It doesn't have to be an inline twist. Maybe it could be a new element. But just what if? I'm honestly think it could be something like that more likely, because I think Cedar Point doesn't want to just do a spike. You know, like everyone's doing spikes. They try to, you know, they get mad when manufacturers, you know, innovate, but I think they want to try to do something different. Yeah, so that's actually probably the most interesting news we've gotten.
It kind of seems like, which is interesting because Tony Clark hates coaster enthusiasts, but it seems like he's basically giving all the enthusiasts that attended Coaster Mania, like I guess some sort of like ticket to like maybe a special event when the new Dragster reopens next May, I believe, because I thought I saw a quote in the Buzzbars chat about something that he said to keep it until next May.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Or something like that. So
we're gonna have to see, man. I don't know what the theme is yet. Hell, I think they're possibly keeping a very close color scheme now, because if it's red and white. So yeah, we're gonna have to see. That's your top throw fix for this week. Kings Island has been testing using the single use fast lanes, and they started off pretty okay, but I guess they were getting overused because the next time I checked, on our way back from Holiwood Nights while I was just browsing on Twitter, it was pretty insane. I remember 2 of them, but there were 3 that were posted. But the 2 that I remember was Orion was $15 for a single use, and then Flight of Fear was $20 for a single use fast lane.
I don't understand.
I mean, I think they're obviously, as enthusiasts, we don't understand, but they're probably going off of the general public, like what they are writing more.
I can't believe somebody like the general public would pay $20 for a FOF.
Now, that's the thing. I wonder how many use Fastlane that day for single use, at least.
That's not okay.
Yeah, because I mean, we hear it all the time, and I kind of even see it. Like, I've heard from a lot of Carowinds Carowinds home park. God, I can't speak right now. A lot of people where Carowinds is their home park. That Hurler is actually popular there. Like, and I kind of saw it when I was with Julio. We'll talk about that, because we didn't even. I was like, we'll get on as a meme if no one's on it, but then it was still a little bit of a wait basically the whole day. Kind of insane. But yeah, there's those rides that the enthusiasts generally hate or don't like, but the guests don't care. They even find it fun probably for how bad it is. They get their 1 or 2 rides on it and they never ride it for like 4 or 5 years. So yeah, that's really it's really funny. I don't think that's the case for Anaconda though, Kingsman, and take that out. Like, literally, like, you gave love and tender love and care to Grizzly, because everyone at the end of the day knew what it had. It was just really, really rough, really rugged. It just needed a makeover, some TLC, and you gave it that. Now next year we're probably assuming you're gonna do the rest of that, the rest of the half. But for now, people are liking it. People aren't lining up for Anaconda ever. Okay, so they just aren't. They are doing it for Backlot though. They're doing it for Flight of Fear. So I'm just saying, just that out where that lake is, and put something good. Put a Vekoma for me. Thank you, appreciate you. All right, so we're fucking up with this stuff. So El Toro, that's gas because El Toro's coming back.
El Toro officially testing. I will be a bit upset if I don't get on it. But yeah.
Nah, you just make a trip, take a few days off, and just come up here and just go to Great Adventure.
Speaking of Great Adventure, the Flume is potentially getting the X.
Oh, is that actually?
I don't know if you saw that image or not, but like they've took it apart. Some of the stuff, the trains are all gone. So TBD. Not sure.
Where are the Flumes exactly again? I haven't been to Great Adventure.
Next to it's like trying to think. It's like I think it's in that section over by where Runaway Mine Train is. I think it's called Runaway Mine Train. And then so it's like before that, and then after Runaway Mine Train you keep walking and you get to Medusa. So it's like over in that like little nook of the park, like past like Toro and Ka and stuff. Or behind, I guess. But I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. It's been like a year since I've been there, so.
Well, let's see. I really don't know what. I mean, it's kind of a dead end area, like around where Toro and Ka is. So it's got. I don't know. That's interesting. Maybe they're just getting rid of it. Who knows? Maybe they're putting the water coaster there in its place because it works. It's working out well at Over Texas for the most part. I've heard.
That's not the water park though, so they definitely wouldn't.
No. The not the Pulsar. Yeah, the Pulsar clone. Aquaman.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We say, hey, this is working out. Why not? Put this here. Give us a less. I mean, I don't know. I think that thing takes a lot of water too, man. But maybe not as much as running a whole flume ride. So we're gonna see. That wouldn't surprise me though, because yeah, you know, that's a very Six Flags move. Works well here. Well, rinse and repeat until we're way too late. So yeah, crap. They were released with this Spike, the whole dragster thing. That is I think generally that was pretty cool. I'll give that a gas. It's pretty gas. What do you think about the Top Thrill Dragster update?
Oh, Dragster, I'll say gas for now.
The King's Island is trash. I think
yes, King's Island is trash.
I think even though like obviously it benefits me because I guess I get it cheaper for rides I would prefer. It's just a regional park with that much. That's pretty high. Like that's literally like some rides at Disney. Like you can go for $20 on certain days. Yeah, but that's a Disney ride, you know, like yeah. I mean, at that point, I guess they're just doing really expensive paid rides for some people.
It's basically like fucking individual lightning lanes at this. So you're paying $20 for a ride at FOF, just like you paid $20 for a ride on Tron.
That's like, exactly what I'm saying.
I was like, I'm sorry, what? Just no way.
That's exactly what I was comparing. Like, it's yeah. That's kind of trash, but you know, I think they were doing it just because the capacity needs it. You know, it's super popular. Everyone has the wristbands, so those single uses are gonna be also clogging up the fast lane as well.
Yeah,
I think it is important to put it up for the demand because, yeah, like it really does affect lines. Like I know Maverick is a really big example of that. Like you can just fly through if there's barely anyone in fast lane, but as soon as there's like at least down the stairs a bit, you are chugging through.
Oh my gosh, the Maverick Fastlane Plus line is unbelievable, to be quite honest.
It's pretty egregious, like how much it can just tear the pacing down if you're like, you can be moving, and then you hit like a peak hour or people just got out lunch or whatever right by, and then like, oh, it's going on Maverick, and you see all their wristbands, and you just sigh. You're like, well, they just added a whole hour to our queue. And you're like by the stairs too. You're like about to go up. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah. Oh no, I think a lot of parks really do need to have, with newer rides, you need to have quick queues and disability access in mind, instead of just saying, "Hey, come through the exit," or "Hey," and then like funnel them in ways too. Because like I guess Maverick, you can't really help it. That capacity is trash. Even and then they try to run as many trains as they can. That capacity is still pretty trash. So it's like, what can he do? And he tried to go to Steve, and I mean, I don't think he realized how much of a unicorn I was. Like how much I appreciate the rides we got, because I think when we told people like, oh yeah, we got 4 rides in 20 minutes in the last rides.
Yeah.
That was like that's unheard of. Like that's literally like
you just have to know when you go.
People can't even get 4 rides in a day on Steve.
I'm gonna pull up my trip notes right now, real quick, because okay, on day 1, we got the 4 in 20 minutes, but we got 6 that night.
Yeah.
So. And then on the second day, we got 6 again.
I'm telling you, early, like first week or 2 holiday weekends.
Overpowered.
Because they're open Thursday. I think that's the main Thursday and Friday, and a lot of people don't realize that.
No, the Thursday is the best time to go.
Because that's when we went. I think we went that Thursday night, and then went Friday.
Yeah.
And then because we went to Kennywood the next day. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yes.
Holy shit. It's crazy that's literally getting like close to like a year of that whole trip.
I know. For real, man.
Oh, man. Time doesn't wait for anyone.
Yeah.
Some of this news is getting... I'm glad I found some of this like today because it is kind of funny. And some of it is interesting, but like there are two that are funny. But this one, so Kings Island testing, that's trash. El Toro testing, that's gas. Where are we talking? Yeah. We segued. I'm like, wait, that segue went everywhere. So we segued from the Kings Island to Disney. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Kentucky Rumbler has gotten Titan Track, and apparently Kentucky Rumbler was mid at best. Anyway,
I think John Mike said that, and we might have mentioned that in the last cast. Not gonna lie, but yes.
we're all this trash.
Yeah.
Trash.
Stop bothering my wooden coasters, man. Let's get some Gravity Group pre-cut.
So, Cosmic Rewind had a lady. You saw this video, right?
Yes, I saw the video.
Yeah. So you can probably find this TikTok, but yeah, she somehow found her way out of the restraints on Cosmic Rewind. The ride was at a stop. So it's not like it was moving and she did this, but they were apparently waiting too long they were there for 20 minutes and she had to pee. So she said, screw this, I'm going to wiggle my way out. And yeah, at that point I hear for a lot of operators, like there's times we're trying to fix the ride so that we don't have to do a big evacuation, but now when that happens, they generally have to because there's someone literally like in the ride area out of the restraint, all that jazz. So,
my thing is like seeing this clip, it's like I'm just like, you spend at least like $150 going to Epcot, a park at Walt Disney World, and you're like, I just don't get it. Like you spend that money and go there, and then you do something that stupid. Like I just can't find the correlation in that.
Yeah,
it does not make sense to me.
Yeah. Especially in it's like, how did you basically? She had to have gone on the ride, knowing she had to pee because it's like 20 minutes. Like, you don't just like get on the ride and then I gotta pee. You find out you had to pee, and then 20 minutes later,
it is possible that had to wait. So with virtual queue, I've heard that if you're not getting an individual lightning lane, you're doing virtual queue. I've heard that line can be a little bit long now before you actually get on the ride. So maybe she waited in that line, then was like not down to wait 20 minutes for like whatever was wrong with it being broken down.
Regardless,
but like still,
yeah,
that's pretty ridiculous.
There's two things I want to note from this incident, or three things. One, first off, the chat was kind of hilarious on that TikTok. The chat was telling her to get back in, like she can hear the chat. Second, bouncing off of that one, is this funny seeing like generally everyone's saying get back in and all that stuff, but is this a design flaw? Like, how is she able to get out? Like, even when I am in Minlock, I can't get out of an RMC restraint. It's I really can't. Like, I am basically inside. So, did she really just wiggle, or did it, like...
Now, thinking about those restraints and looking at her size, I find that a bit interesting.
That's what I was thinking too. I haven't been on it, obviously, but generally I hear from a lot of people the restraints at Disney are not forgiving for bigger people.
I'm just like, I don't know how she got out.
Yeah.
To be honest,
that's what I'm saying. She would have had to like maybe damage the restraint at that point, but like these are hydraulics and these restraints.
That's what I'm saying. Like the hydraulics that hold down the restraints are unbelievably powerful. Like that's why
they use them on jets. They use them on airplanes. Like those are the same hydraulics that are used on the wings of planes.
Your restraint is not going to malfunction, so she must have wiggled her way out somehow.
She was trying to get that airtime, row 9.
I don't know, man.
All right. Jokes aside, yeah, like I'm very curious. We probably will never know the answer because then he's gonna have that in a lock and key, and make us forget about this until we're like sitting here thinking 5 years later. Hey, remember when that video of that lady? But yeah, just we're gonna go over, stay on Cosmic Rewind because there's looking like there's adding an extended queue to the outside of it.
The funny thing about this is I looked at this thread, and someone said that their friend works the ride, so it's not going to have a standby line anytime soon. But I like the fact that someone was like kind of shitting on the fact that it's been a whole year since Cosmic Rewind opened, and they make this extended queue, but it like doesn't even have shade. I think that's kind of funny.
Yeah, I just don't know. I forgot. I was talking to Daniel on one of the rides because we were, some of the rides we were roasting in that sun. Holy crap! Just for a while. Raven. No offense, but those ops were trash.
I was just sitting on the brake run.
Yes. But like, yeah, like, what was I even? Yeah, like, I was literally saying there really doesn't make sense to me how you can spend millions on this project, then you're scared to spend literally like one maybe up to 10,000. At that point, pennies in comparison, just for comfort and shade in these areas.
Yeah.
Like even on the block run, like that's like just for an awning, like that's nothing. Like that's nothing. It's just really yeah, trash. Anyways, is the standby queue coming soon? We don't know. Probably not. Rise, it took how long? I know they do standby now, but it took almost like I think it was 2 years, 2.5 maybe. Cosmic's popular enough. I can see that it will be close to that time length.
Well, I believe the only 2 rides right now with no standby queue is Tron and Cosmic. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'd imagine that Cosmic gets a standby queue at some point in the near-ish future.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably will get a standby queue in the near future. It's just trash that they make it, and then it's like, all right, it's like you don't even get to see it, or no one gets to see it to be excited for it, and all the new effects. Yeah. Because they're not even fresh or new anymore. It's like, yeah, it's just, yeah, I complain, but I really can't think of a solution for them. They're the biggest resort, and one of the biggest resorts in the world. They get so much traffic, like, they had to put something in place, and at least they're, I guess, changing. They're not really changing anything for those rides, I don't think, because I think it's still like a rat race to get them in the morning, right? Until like next year they're making that change or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll say the fact there is no standby queue is kind of trash because you should just be able to queue in the ride, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Oh, I skipped over that. Did you see that Abysmo got stuck upside down?
I did, but I also remember seeing someone said that they like got it back up like instantly, pretty much with backup generators or something. So.
Yep. Yeah, it was a power failure.
Yeah.
A well-timed one too. I'm just kidding. But I think those rides only have lap bars apparently. So.
Ooh.
Yeah. Imagine that.
That'd be interesting.
Dude, I love hang time, but that's pushing it, man. I'm already getting dizzy after like 4 rides on Berserker. So I don't know, man. That's like, I'm trying to think, 30, 45 seconds of hang time. I could do that. It's gonna be too baked. Just couldn't have that heady. Alright. Family, this is the... Oh, yeah, you did put that there. Oh yeah, we're almost done with it, but so RMC has had this family RMC on their portfolio, but it's looking like they might come out with an actual, maybe even a different concept. Might just be a kiddie coaster itself, but it seems like they're trying to have kids to come out and help be dummies for their train. Don't worry, it's not going to be test dummies. As in they're going to be running. They're going to be static trains to just see and, I guess, obviously, make better concepts and better designs for the kiddos to get on their potential kiddie concepts. It could also go in line with their family concept. Who knows? I don't think they have one anywhere. Actually, aren't they building a family coaster somewhere? I don't know if they're building one.
Not know. Oh, wait. Isn't RMC supposed to be building like family dueling single rails overseas somewhere or something?
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if that's the first one. So Wallaby Holland's getting they're getting the dueling, the one side that's dueling and the other side that's a thrill coaster. So, I think that's such a cool concept, by the way. I don't know if there's any more than that one. So I think that's the first one. Who knows? I don't know if that'll be a different restraint or like trains either for the family.
Not sure.
Let's see.
Not sure.
But Holiday World has a land clearing, and it's a lot of it, and we saw it.
And we saw that in person, yeah.
At least when you're a Thunderbird.
It's crazy. I mean, you could even see it driving in.
Oh yeah, because when you drive in, it's you see Thunderbird, you see Voyage, all that. Driving in is like the first time. Low key, it gave me Cedar Point vibes. Like, obviously, people might be like, "Oh, shut up." But no, like, I haven't wanted to get to this park forever. I've heard such good things about those coasters, and seeing Voyage right there. Oh, it was so happy to be there. There's a lot of land clearing, a lot, and it's right behind and near Thunderbird, and also where the old Pilgrim's Plunge was. So there are rumors that something big's going there, and I honestly, to me, that's a safe take, because generally everything they've added has been a big investment, and that's generally what I mean when people say big. I don't know if they mean...
As long as they don't get a B&M, another B&M, I'm okay.
No, I don't think they will, because I personally think that may have not been the best return on investment for them. But I obviously don't know anything about the park. I just make assumptions based off of what I saw there and what I hear about the crowds. But yeah, I think it's going to be potentially something big. It wouldn't hurt me if I saw a big family coaster project, because personally... that is something they need. Like, it's...
Raven's not much of a family coaster, so...
Hell no, it's not a family coaster.
Yeah, that thing's a fucking train wreck.
Like, you literally go from a kiddie coaster to like, 3 of the most aggressive woodies in the country.
The most juvenile ride in there is Thunderbird. It goes from Howler to Thunderbird, I would say.
And even Thunderbird, like... I know you...
Yeah, I mean, that's forceful-ish.
No, it has force.
I guess.
It has some force.
Yeah, it has some force.
Alright. You didn't even write it, so...
I did not write it.
But yeah,
I have the credit, but I did not write it Holiwood Nights weekend.
Who knows what can go here? Honestly, like... family coaster, great. I don't think a Giga or, like... anything ridiculous is going to go there. I think they're going to try to do something that will make sense for their, being a family owned, and also be able to maintain and be reliable. So that's one thing that because they have a B&M and they have coasters, like wooden coasters, they literally can just, if something is wrong, they literally put it back and retrack it. Like, a lot of the money and revenue goes back to making those coasters as what they are now, and still not just wooden wrecks like a lot of coasters and a lot of wooden coasters are in the States now. So
yeah,
really appreciate you, Holiday World, for keeping them up. Like, I really do. But yeah, what's going there? Who knows? Something big. That's because there's a lot of clearing, so it has to be. Okay. Testing. Corkscrew lost a. So what was that? A wheel? Well, let me look at that.
Yes.
Let me look at this link. That did not look like a wheel. That's kind of scary. Dude, before you know it, they're gonna stop making coasters go over midways and stuff. We're getting close to them.
Well, I spoke with a ride-op friend, and apparently this is not like uncommon.
Oh yeah, wheels coming off. Yeah, it's.
Well, I heard like other aero loopers have lost wheels recently, in particular. So.
Yeah, let's see this. That's not even the full wheel.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wonder where the rest of it went.
You know what's funny? I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like Intimidator's gonna lose a wheel. Like either lost it today or they looked at it and were like they're gonna have to replace it basically because the next runs were gonna. Because the way it was running, like the way it sounded last night, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I was. It didn't sound right. I've never heard it that fucking loud.
Yeah, 305 sounded like a fucking jet yesterday.
Yes, actually, that's like, it was like, when you hear like a plane like fly by really fast but kind of low, that's what it sounded like. Literally.
That thing had B&M roar with no fucking sand inside the supports. Like 90s B&M roar with no sand in the supports. Oof. That's what I would attribute it to. Like it was a fucking jet. Dude, without a doubt.
So yeah, I'm not gonna spoil alert it because we still gotta talk about that. But yeah, wheels aren't uncommon to come off. But that's interesting news, and I'm glad we talk about that because some people might be like, "Holy shit," you know. I mean, yeah. Obviously, it's not good, but you got to think about it. There's multiple upstops and stuff. Now, if the axle all came off, I mean, yeah, you know, yeah, that's pretty rare. But the fact that apparently these aero loopers it's happening to, bittersweet, because yeah, like aero really did push. You know, they innovated for what we have now with a lot of the manufacturers. You know, they used aero as a jumping point to then learn from them and then make what they make now. So seeing arrows go would be sad. But
yeah,
I really I can count all the arrows that I like on my hand and then cut off 2 fingers and that's how many arrows I like. Because arrows are not they're my least favorite manufacturer for throw rides. And like I said, literally, if I were an enthusiast,
I'm making a face right now, but it's only because I love X2 and Magnum. But like other than that, they don't really have much. So
yeah, that's what I mean. Magnum, X2, Tennessee Tornado.
Okay, you're pushing it with the aero looper.
That's the only good one. Now people will say other ones, but I literally can't get past the head banging in those. That one is smoother. God, I cannot speak. Smoother than some B&Ms. Like, it's actually insane. Tennessee Tornado is so good. It's literally just the first half of a coaster though, so I just cannot justifiably put it any higher, personally. But yeah. Is this really what's next?
Well, all we've got left is 2 things from Worlds of Fun.
I was like, thank God it's not that yet, but still, it's kind of bad. But yeah, let's go over. So, well, first off, apparently RMC expanding is gas. I will say that because the family RMC.
Oh,
it's gas.
Oh yeah,
right? It's gas.
Well, Holiday World expansion gas.
Yeah, that's gas too. 100%. And then the corkscrew. That's obviously trash. Like,
yeah,
we would be. Honestly, I'd be worried if you were listening to the cast listeners if we said gas.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up. But yeah, trimless Mamba is no more, and apparently that was like confirmed because last year was something weird. I don't know exactly the reason. You can ask people that are more local to the area. I know Larson probably
pretty sad.
But last year was basically the one and done of we're doing trimless, and apparently that was the best Mamba had ever ran in its lifetime.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess they are concerned for the service life of the ride, and they might have enough of an effect on the trains and or the track to where they have to keep it trimmed. So, unfortunately, is that confirmed that it is trimmed now?
I guess I can't confirm it myself, but as far as I know, Mamba is now trimming.
So, who did you know that told you that, or did you see footage, or?
I did not see footage. I'm just going off of word of mouth.
Oh, okay. Well,
so could be wrong. Could be it was only trimming one day and then it goes back to not trimming the next day. But
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of people, I feel like their Steve opinions are really dictated on whether or not they get a trim ride or not.
Trims do not matter on steel engines. Just saying. At least for me.
Oh no. I haven't. When we slid right through every time. We were trimless, so I don't know. But
Did we get trimless rides?
Yeah, we slid right through. I remember sliding through every single time. I think it was because it was colder those nights, so they just guess they didn't want to risk it.
Yeah.
Regardless, it was running like it was basically a spring day. It was cooking for a fall night.
Yeah.
But the last news. Well, first off, that's just trash. Trimless or Mamba not being trimless anymore is trash because if it benefited, like if it made the ride experience better, then generally, it really sucks that the ride experience is now lessened and maybe forever. Who knows? Maybe like in the last few years or when they are about to close it, they'll just run trimless for the last hurrah. But at least for now, trimless. Yeah, trash. See, I don't know. I didn't even mean it like that because I know they're just trying to keep the ride, but it is kind of trash. But this last news is just generally just trash if it's true. Now, did you?
Well, so basically, Great Coasters International came out and said they're looking for ride extras for a media shoot on Zambezi Zinger at Worlds of Fun, but they said that it's going to take place in mid-July. So that's kind of hinting at the fact that Zambezi's not going to be opening for a while, but...
Bro. What if... No... I'm trying to think, did Pantheon open before the commercial shoots?
No.
Yeah.
Because I did the media shoots.
Yeah, that's what I was...
It didn't open to the public till after media day.
Yikes. I mean, I know Worlds of Fun takes L's, but this...
Well, and a lot of it's been speculation, but like, I remember they were saying that the only reason that it was like not open yet was because they hadn't got the Zero cars, but... Yeah,
that was a rumor going around. But
yeah, honestly, zero clue.
Yeah, we need to make sure for some of the stuff we put the patented stamped rumor in all caps because and this is possibly a rumor but a plausible one for sure, and it's trash.
Well,
because like
GCI,
open it, like you had maintenance work. Open it, man. It's middle of summer.
I thought they were done with all their testing and stuff, so definitely sad.
Well, we have no clue what the reason is. If it is supply chain, if that's just to save face, if they do have to do more testing, if they really are being weird and freaks and just waiting for the Zero car.
For now, you know what I'm gonna say? Trash. That's all I gotta say. Trash. They're definitely being freaks.
I think how we're gonna do it next week is we're gonna go through the news and then whatever is the most gas news, we'll say that's gas, We'll say that is the gas of the week. And then, whatever is the worst news is the trash of the week. Because for me, that is just the worst news. Like, this is the trash can of the week. Like...
Zambezi's your trash can of the week.
No, well, no. Really? Like, this not opening till July? Like, they were literally teasing 2 weeks ago. Like, hey, 2 days. And then pulled the rug from people that are already there in their hotels. Oh,
that's true. Yeah.
This is trash.
I'm going to counter you and go trash of the week is RollerCoaster. Gas of the week, Falcon's Flight.
What's gas of the week? What's gas? I kind of want to give it to Jeffrey Siebert just to give my first gas of the week. But I kind of want to give Falcon's Flight because that's seriously just gas. Like, that's actually happening. And there was another update. Actually, did you post that update?
Look, somehow I'm going to make sure my trash of the week goes to a SeaWorld park every single week. Then I'm just going to say gas of the week is Falcon's Flight every week.
Dude. That's going to take some bias. All right. There's going to be some egregious things that Disney does, and you're still going to give it the Z's.
Okay. We'll have to see. Obviously, I cannot predict the future, but...
Bro, Universal might even slip up. Who knows? But they've been moonwalking, man. Yeah. They've been sliding so far. Oh, the fact you had to mobile order a lot of places is kind of trash because it's. If you're gonna make us do that, like at least get the servers for it because. Yeah. I swear, like half the time, at least one person on a group, the mobile order just doesn't fucking work for us. Like one person. And yeah, and it's a recurring theme. Like, you're hungry and you're like, I gotta deal with this. Why can't I just walk into the restaurant? Yeah. That's kind of rough. But that's the only thing Universal really needs to work on. And yeah. Oh, and apparently I don't know what they did with that the queues for Volcano Bay. I need to look into that. But that is the news. Just over an hour. Yeah, this could all be one cast. It's gonna be one beefy cast for sure. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen,
are we gonna go in order? So we'll do, yeah, you got Carowinds first.
Yeah, because that one's easy. That one's pretty easy. Yeah. So right after the last cast, you guys knew I was going to Carowinds. I went with Gavin. Met up with Julio, who's also part of BCS Black Coast Society. That's his home park. He lives 20 minutes from it, so he gave us the full-on tour and all that stuff, what we needed to do there, where to go, and that was, like, I really enjoyed Stumble 325 because it was the first time I got on everything for the first time and met Buzz Bars, met the Drunk Riders, yeah, and obviously, and met Coast Talk for the first time, met James and Bob, but that trip was it was probably a better trip because I was able to ride everything and not be shivering because I do not like the cold, especially riding rides in the cold. It's just uncomfortable. It was such a perfect day. We Marathon Fury at the beginning, and then later it was easy, only 15-minute wait. The top 3 there is actually really, really good. It's really good. Going around that top 3, you will not have a bad day with Fury, Afterbird, and Copperhead. Now, I know some people think it's Sleepyhead, but for me, personally, that is such an underrated coaster. It's really, really good. I always have a good time on it, especially now. All the rides are running so much better than 40 to 30 degrees weather. Ah, man, everything was running really good. I had to experience the new Aeronautica landing. I got to... basically on a lot of my first Zamperla flat rides. I got on my first Zamperla. It's like those planes that go upside down over and over again. That was much more intense than I thought. That was very fun though. But then those I forgot what they're called. Those Zamperlas that they really are aesthetically pleasing to look at. But the operations on them are really... I'm not a fan of how they do it, the cycle. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. The ones, they have one at Hershey Park, too. It's right next to Jolly Ranch's Remix. So, yeah, the Air Race is what I got on, I'm pretty sure, at Carowinds. I'm looking at their fly rides right now. Yeah, the Air Race 6.2. Or is it the 6.2? Yeah, I think it is. And the Nebula. Yeah, I got on my first Imperial Nebula. That was my first one. I was kind of excited because I like flat rides, even the ones that aren't as, just for thrills, even just more so fun. That was underwhelming. Very underwhelming. I don't know if they have different cycles at other parks, and I really hope they do. But the ride experience was fine. It's just the cycle is like 30 seconds, maybe 20 seconds. And like, you go forward and you start having a good time, and then I didn't know how the operations work, so I'm stuck up top. And we're like, oh, this is how it works. And then they're loading people on the bottom. Like, okay, that's an interesting cycle, but we didn't realize it would take 5 to 7 minutes between every cycle, so you're just up there for 5 to 7 minutes, not even a good view. I mean, I guess we had Copperhead to look at. It was kind of cool the second half, but like, generally nothing to look at. We were up there for a while, and then you go again but backwards for 20 to 30 seconds. So you're on the ride for about 7 to 10 minutes, but your ride is maybe 45 seconds.
That's trash.
Yeah, that is very trash. At least the air race we did after, so that was much more fun, and it was much more thrilling and active experience. But yeah, that pacing is some of the worst I've ever experienced on a ride. I just can't believe they kept you there for so long. Like, so long. And then you start again and give you 20, 30 seconds. That was that good. Otherwise, yeah, Afterbird moved up for me. That's my new favorite invert. That corkscrew is, I mean, the whole ride, the bat wing, the loop, the whole ride is literally trying to rip your legs off, but the corkscrew literally is trying to make you an amputee. Like, it's insane. That it's the best corkscrew that B&M has ever made. Even better than Hulk's. It's so whippy, so good. Yeah, that basically though, we ended 8 rides on Fury, 4 rides on Afterburn, and 3 rides on Copperhead. So that was a very successful day. Fury was running so good, but because of where I have everything and how strong I feel the rides I have above it, I just could not justify putting it higher. I just couldn't. It was 8 at the time, so yeah, I just couldn't put it higher. It's a very good ride. I prefer it in the front now too. Front left. Back is still very good. Just the front is wow. What an experience in the front, man. What an experience. But moving on from there, it's just next week, correct? So I pre-gamed at King's Dominion, had a good time. I actually met up with AJ. Shout out to him.
Thrills of V8.
Mm-hmm. That was cool. And yeah, that was really cool. And also, fuck, what should I do? Bruh, like a video of you at one of the gas stations at the gambling machine. Yeah, I'm looking ahead, but that was a fun day. We basically closed out the park, and yeah, the rides. I love my home park, bro. That's all I gotta say. I love my home park. But I did that for a pregame because we were getting ready to go to Holiwood Nights, or Holiday World in general. And we made the trek late at night, left early in the AM with James Barber and Timmy Young. And also Jay Lynn. James is a significant other. But otherwise, we packed it all 5 of us into a Kia Soul. That was rough. But we made the trek to Holiday World, but first we made the stop at Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville,
Kentucky. to get to Kentucky Kingdom. For me, the first time. For you, second time, but first time getting Storm Chaser, where I got 150. And honestly, now I kind of wish it was Storm Chaser, but 150 on Lightning Run. Which, yay, I'm past 150. Woo, yeah. All right.
Thunder Run is better than Lightning Run.
All right. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. A Den Hurler clone, a mirror, excuse me, is just mid at best. Like, they just can only be mid. But yeah, it was cool to get 150 on Lightning Run at least. I did not know or realize they basically had RMC restraints, but I was thinking, I can get kind of room, and that first drop hit. It's really good. But literally, that valley the valley and the rest of the ride, I don't know if they just need to replace or tighten something with the restraints for how they stay up. But yeah, every valley or every airtime hill will just staple you more and more until you essentially don't feel any forces by the end of the ride. So, yeah.
Would definitely agree.
That was very rough for an airtime machine. But yeah, it was still a fun ride. I was surprised by Kentucky Flyer though. That was low-key good. Obviously still family, but it's for what it did, I was pretty surprised, A little fun family wooden coaster.
That ride would fit well at Holiday World.
Oh yes. I'm surprised they don't have something like that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be make it dueling too. Why not? I love my dueling coasters, which shout out to King's Dominion because apparently they were dueling yesterday when we were there. Race for 75. That's a unicorn. But after that, yeah, we got to. So we went to Storm Chaser after Kentucky Flyer. And yeah, you can take it from here for a bit. You can really describe what you were feeling going on up and stuff. What you were expecting.
Had no clue what to expect, but it had a great camelback, some great ejector hills. And the rest of the layout, it really didn't hit that much, to be honest with you.
Well, also, you got the triple doohickey stapled. So when I came up, I basically said no expectations. I've heard of this. It was pretty big bucket list RMC, specifically because it was always compared.
Well, a lot of people compare it to Twisted.
Yes, and that's obviously our home park baby. So I was very curious, open mind. I didn't get stapled, but literally every ride he got was even the last ride is probably the worst one. Probably the worst one.
I wouldn't even say it really hindered the ride experience as much as I just don't think that the ride experience was that good.
No, it was good. It was really good.
Well, no, it was, of course, it's in my top 15.
Yeah, your RC scale. Oh, Jesus Christ.
But it was no Twisted Timbers.
Oh yeah, now this could be our home park bias talking, but at least from the room, I basically got mid-lock on my second ride on Storm Chaser. So from the yeets I got on, let's just go over the layout too, because as you go out, you go up the chain lift, you actually go up much faster. I thought that was cool. And then you go down the barrel roll down drop, the opposite of Twisted. So that was interesting. I like that. I'm glad it wasn't exactly the same way. But then you get that camelback, and it's really good. I would say just under Twisted, but still really, really good. But then you go into an overbank, and that's when, for me, I'm like, I really missed having 2 extra camelbacks of just Yeet City, of sustained airtime. Because you get kind of floater and kind of laterals there, but that SL after is really good. That's a highlight for me, because you get yeeted and then laterally thrown into that bank turn, and that feels good. It feels really, really good. You go through there into another ejector hill, which is good. And then it's a corkscrew, I think, right? It's not a 0G roll because it's definitely like wider. I need to look at see if Storm Chaser has that exactly, but I think it's a corkscrew. But after that, what did you think of that double up compared to Twisted's? Because that double up,
I'm actually rewatching the POV real quick.
Because in my opinion,
there's like a little outer bank, and then the double. Okay.
So that is a 0G. It's a variant of a 0G roll. Got it. It's a really wonky wide one. Okay. So
now that I'm rewatching it, I mean, that like trick track definitely hit.
Oh yeah, like
that's where I caught Deputy Brian's badge.
That's where we got a devious lick on Storm Chaser.
Devious lick on a young deputy's police badge.
But before we get to that, like that double up, like, so the difference for me, because when people said like it hits faster, I didn't know what they meant. I thought they meant that like literally it would have been paced faster, like when you go to both of those airtime hills, but they were paced exactly the same. But after my second to third ride, I noticed the sharpness of airtime on the double up was it was much more sharp. Like you went up down like instantly, like instant. Like you slapped into the lap bar and went back to your seat within less than like half a second, maybe even like quicker than like a quarter of a second.
Yeah,
like it was insane. I'm not sure if I prefer either or, to be honest. If I prefer the sustained, because you still get thrown into the lap bar on Twisteds. But yeah, I don't know if I prefer either or. Both double ups really good.
Yeah.
I think I prefer the drop on Twisteds though, because you drop, it feels like you further down. You get a really big yeet. But yeah, then the helix that kind of doesn't really do much. You get like a lateral kink. But yeah, I like how you get thrown laterally into the brake run to end the ride. That was cool. Otherwise, it's in my top 15 too. I have it over Lightning Rod, which for some people might be a hot take, but for me, Lightning Rod, I think for a while will be sitting at the lower tier RMCs, which will still probably be top 30 or top 40. RMCs don't make bad rides. I haven't been on a bad RMC.
I've got it, in terms of my RMCs, I have it above Iron Rattler, Fiesta Texas's, I have it above Iron Rattler, Fiesta Texas Wonder Woman, Magic Mountain Wonder Woman, and Jersey Devil. And then I have it below Twisted Timbers, Twisted Colossus, Gwazi, and Steel Vengeance.
Yeah.
So
it's probably going to be in the middle tier.
Mid-tier RMC.
Yeah.
Mid to high tier, I'd say. Until I go get on the European ones, then it'll go down even more, I'd assume.
But so I have Storm Chaser at 15, just behind El Toro, which hopefully that moves back up again, because my rides have decayed. Only thing I remember is the Camelbacks at this point.
Oh,
it's really bad. But it's funny how the Camelbacks basically alone still have it in my top 15.
Yeah.
I still remember the Rolling Thunder Hill though. Like, I remember all of it.
Oh my gosh.
It's
fucking nuts.
So yeah, I have El Toro above that, where Magnum and Thunderhead sit comfortably at 13 and 14. And then Lightning Rod is 2 places behind Storm Chaser, actually, where Raven, spoiler alert, is sitting in between the two at 16. So yeah, I generally do feel comfortable showing my top 25 now. Like, it's not like I don't feel cringe. Like last year, I felt cringe kind of showing it.
Oh, I feel good about mine.
Now I'm like, even if people don't agree with me, I'm like, all right, I like these are my preferences. Like, these are my rides that I love. Like, because last year there were rides I'm like, there were rides in my top 25 I didn't necessarily love. And that I feel like was an issue. Like, I needed to get creds. So yeah, Kentucky Kingdom. Otherwise, we still had our day there. Overall, we'll keep it with this trend. I would say Storm Chaser is an overall gas, because that was the whole highlight of Kentucky Kingdom. Generally, I actually know for RC it might be another ride. As we walked on over to the Hurler mirrored clone, I'm gonna take a hit. So you go ahead and talk about this.
I mean, realistically, it's shitpost.
Oh, so you're letting it out there?
Yeah. No, Thunder Run is not actually good. It is rough.
It's not that rough. It's not that rough.
It's rougher than Raven, I would say that.
Yeah.
Like it does have some uniqueness to it compared to what I remember from Hurler, but I was shitposting saying it was elite because I had a lot of room, so I was trolling. But no, Thunder Run is credit and forget it, to be quite honest with you. That's what I would.
So for the homies out there that heard it, you hear from RC. Thunder Run is not better than Skyrush.
Gotta shitpost every once in a while and get everyone's blood pressure up, right?
Bro, we still need to make all of our shitpost shirts just to piss off doozies.
Oh, yeah.
Tumbili over Skyrush is still probably the first one. Like, that's just... that's too good. And Jesus. So
I've got an idea right now. I should do... I'd rather be riding and then put the Tumbili logo and then put, like, the Skyrush logo, but put, like, the don't sign over it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah, so I basically with Thunder Run, it's credit and forget it, but it is the best of that ride layout that is around the world, which is kind of sad, but you know, at least it wasn't a bad experience at all. It's just a boring layout.
It's funny because I had room.
Yeah. And then after that, we got a troll credit and got roller skater to finish off.
Did not have the credit either.
So, yeah, we completed the park within. Oh, also, what is their drop tower called? I forgot. Fearfall? Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice Larson drop tower.
So that was really good because we were trying to do that at the beginning of the day, but we literally sat down and it broke. So that was a great way to start off the trip. But yeah, otherwise we went to Lightning Run and that was all good. But we ended up finishing the last rides on Fearfall. So we circled around the whole park at that point. So I really got a good look at Kentucky Kingdom. And Fearfall was really good. And Larson drop towers are great.
Okay, no non-shitpost aside, I've had people like kind of say shit to me about this opinion, but genuinely after going to this park and it being Hershend Run now, compared to when I went summer 2021, I genuinely thought the park was a lot nicer in summer 2023 than it was in summer 2021.
Huh? Really?
That's what I grasped from everything that I experienced.
So,
and I would say that I spent around the same amount of time on the Thursday we went that I did between the 2 mornings I went the last time I was there. So.
And you also got cinnamon bread.
Yes, although it was not fresh, but it was still okay.
Yeah, you gotta get it from Silverdale City's bakery.
Yeah,
or
just
Dollywood.
excites me for going to those 2 parks.
Yeah, because they have like blueberry and strawberry syrup too. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah.
I'm gonna just sit here and eat my Buc-ee's beef jerky because sad.
Dollywood stumble.
Unlikely that I'll show up, but we'll see.
Are you going to the Hershey one?
Hell no, I hate Hershey Park.
You're a freak. All right, so
I know. Okay.
Yeah, we went to our little Airbnb where we started having a little bit of fun. We started to relax, and what exactly happened? I know we showered and our pizza turmoil.
Oh, we went to Hooters, and then we
left. We went to Kentucky Hooters. because
Whose idea was that again?
So we were trying to find food because
I know it wasn't my idea.
we were trying to find food because we were with people that got munchies because they were have a good time, and they were losing it with their munchies. Like it was they were gonna eat us if it came to it. Like, so we had to find something fast. We looked at places around us. Like, hey, what can you go wrong?
I don't remember who came up with the Hooters idea.
Okay, but it said Stooges, right? It has like 2 beers. Like, you think, oh, it's like a play on like some medieval Stooges or whatever. But we didn't think like we walk in and we just see women like trading tips or sharing tips like on the ground in bikinis. Right? Oh, yeah. Well, like, okay. Well, we think that just women there, there. And then we walk in and we see multiple of them. And then they tell us to take a seat anywhere. And we're like, oh, this is a Kentucky Hooters.
So I was the one that was like, all right, we're leaving. Let's just order pizza. No. And then to make matters worse, Mr. James ordered the pizza to the wrong fucking address. So we had to wait like an extra hour.
Yes, but your dumbass went out and you're so hungry yourself. You're like, I'm just gonna get the pizza. But I didn't realize.
Basically, I walked a quarter mile and then the pizza wasn't on their doorstep. So I was like, whatever. I'm not knocking on their door while I'm blasted. So I just walked back to the Airbnb.
No, but like it was like
let me not not get like caught up by knocking this person's door.
But what you weren't understanding, I don't think until now, is like we were on 2nd Street and he put it to 3rd Street or whatever. So that's why it was a 10-minute walk.
Well,
in general,
needless to say,
we got our pizza really late,
and we got refunded for the first order, so it was all good.
Yeah, Papa John's, it was whatever. It was all cool. Yeah, they basically died after that because it was a long day, long drive, and they finally had actual sustenance in them. So they went to bed, and we stayed up a little bit longer and doing the stuff because next day was Holiday World. And man, this park,
the better independent owned park than Hershey Park.
Okay. I mean, I agree.
Let it be said right here. Holiday World shits all over Hershey
Park. It does not shit. It doesn't shit at all. You're capping. But walking on up this park, it was a huge bucket list for me. Like I said, I didn't even get to Hollywood Nights, but it's still number 2 for me in parks. It's an absolute gem. It's gem certified for me. But we'll talk about that as we continue our trip. So, our trip report. Yeah, first off, the park is so clean and well maintained. I'm looking at everything right now. It's such a charming place. When you were in Santa Claus, yeah, like literally you're going down Blitzen Lane and Mary Road. Like that's just the vibe there, man. And they continue that vibe in Holiday World. Like you walk in and you just see the fountains for ornaments. Like, because you're walking to Christmas. And you can take a picture with Santa. Now, I wish there was an actual Santa, but that would be ridiculous to have a Santa in that Indiana heat. Regardless, they have a statue of Santa you can take pictures with for a photo op. And honestly, my only complaint, and it's a nitpick, there really needs to be more with the Christmas area. Because there's a shop there. I forgot what's exactly behind the fountain. I think another shop maybe. I know it's not a ride. But, yeah, then you walk on Halloween. And that's where, like, 2 of the rides are. Like, 2 of the main rides, all these flat rides. But, yeah. Park looks great. Halloween, you walk past Raven. You walk past all these flat rides. The kinetics are awesome. The park's so pretty. And then you walk past Legend. Honestly, should just be called The Lateral. Shoutouts to Michael for giving me that, because that was hilarious. Yeah, and then you make your way all the way downhill. It's a slight incline. You'll notice it more at the end of your day because obviously you're leaving and you're on your way up. But slight incline, you're chilling all the way into Thanksgiving. It's literally like a line leading all the way down to Thunderbird. And you would think the layout's trash for that, but because the park's not too big, it doesn't feel bad.
You know, I mean, it's a hilly park, definitely a hilly park, but I don't mind that layout as much as Hershey Park, for example, which is hilly and just sucks.
Are you just gonna bring Hershey into like?
Yeah, I had to bring Hershey into it.
Look, the layout is trash. Like that, like objectively, but whatever. So I'm not even gonna talk about this. Voyage. You see Thanksgiving and Voyage, and my God, be like I said about Lightning Rod, but it happened with Voyage too. Like being in front of Voyage for the first time, man. Like I was about to ride Voyage for the first time. Like I have heard so much about Voyage. It is in so many people's top 5s. Hell, it's a lot of people's top 1s. And I'm about to get on this ride. Am I gonna be that minority that doesn't find it all that good? Is it gonna be that hype? I love that the excitement of me knowing whether or not I'm gonna like it. I love that. So yeah. First things first, I was blown away just by realizing that because they're like everyone's like, hey, let's go get a drink. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm just gonna go to the water fountain, but then everyone's just pulling out cups and get whatever they want. And I was like, hold up.
Yeah, free drinks, baby. Hershey Park can never.
Now I will say they do give very, very nice, like very big, like not the shitty courtesy cups at Cedar Fair. They give you actual cups, but yeah, they aren't giving you free soda. You gotta finesse the freestyle, like you gotta finesse like someone that just went to the soda machine with their like band or whatever at Hershey, and then you just go there really quick and use it. That's the only way. Otherwise, that was incredible. Just being able to stay hydrated, with water. You've got electrolytes in there with Powerade. They had Gatorade, man. Yes, I was able to get like actual Gatorade. I was able to get orange punch, fruit punch. I was able to mix up. Oh my God, that was fantastic. I don't think I got one soft drink because I'm not really a soft drink person, but that was fantastic to be able to easily get water and or get Gatorade, which is generally seen as a soft drink for some reason, but to get electrolytes as well to keep myself up in that heat. I super appreciate Holiday World for that. Like, kudos, like the fact that capitalism did not pass their mind for that, and they know generally that this is a need. Oh, not to speak. Generally, it doesn't affect me, but knowing people that it does affect, the fact that sunscreen is given off for free as well. That's just amazing. Like, kudos, absolutely well done. Every park should honestly, at least parking. Like I understand you make a lot of the money from the drinks and stuff, but the parking, like. That should be absolutely included with your ticket. If I'm paying to go there, I should be able to park there. All right, there should be no issue. Show you my ticket, no issue. We're getting on a Voyage now, and just seeing it rip by, I was buzzing, bro. I was the most excited about on a coaster since maybe Steve. Steve, I was pretty freaking excited, man. I was like, I cannot believe I'm standing in front of you. I couldn't stop taking pictures of it. But Voyage, I was just hearing it rip by, seeing we were getting closer and closer, and then I think my first ride was row 10 or 11. I don't remember. I think you guys gave me the furthest back we could possibly go. It could have been 12. I don't know. It was 11. It was 11 because 12 was a little bit. We all know 12 is OD. So everyone, that is the longest wait at an enthusiast event. Me and Jalen got row 11. We were hyped rolling on out, and it's the biggest ride in the park. So you could see basically the whole park, and you're right smack dab next to Splash and Safari. And that looks like a great water park. I didn't go to it, but I can attest from everyone that has gone to it, it is a really good water park. I mean, RC will tell you about it with our ERT and stuff. Voyage. I'm not going to go over that ride experience because it's just too damn long. But the fact of the matter is, it's a ride I cannot stop thinking about. It's a ride I cannot stop talking about. It is a ride that I damn near almost lost my fingers on. And after that ride, I ranked it my number 1 easily. Crazy enough. But the reason is, It's because I'm able to fling my body to whatever on a coaster. Anytime, anyway, no issue. Voyage is that relentless. You kind of have to brace yourself like it's a bull. Like it's a wild animal. That thing is the premium top shelf level of gas. That's the Zaza that'll put you out, and you'll be high 3 days later after your coma. Regardless, shitpost aside, Voyage is my new number one. And I didn't even get trimless. Voyage rides are great. I'm basically just going to lump all my Voyage rides into this. Like, they were just phenomenal. First rides were great, but they got better and better throughout the weekend. I ended up with 12 overall rides. So, very satisfied with that. RC, how were your Voyage rides?
Well, I would definitely say, so there's obviously a difference, and the main difference being the second half whenever you have, you just roll right through the mid-course versus whether it hits. Getting back on trimmed Voyage, I put it back at my number one over X2. So, trimless rides were even better.
I couldn't even imagine, man.
Really the only thing I nitpick with this year in particular, I found that it was almost too smooth this year compared to last year. Is the only thing that I was a little like, and of course honestly that doesn't matter because it's more important that the ride is maintained and lasts longevity wise. So it doesn't really matter what I say, but the Gravity Group pre-cut retracking was absolutely phenomenal. I just think that there was like a couple little kinks that got reprofiled, retracked, which I kind of missed. But putting that aside, it was running just so unbelievably good this year. Like, it was probably I would say Voyage was the smoothest ride, the smoothest Woody in the park this year.
Oh yeah.
So,
and it's funny because that is a take, because there are people saying that they can't wait for more retracking on Voyage. Like, it wasn't. I know exactly what they're talking about. It's the 90 bank turn after the double down. Like, you're literally like next to the water park, and then you it's like right before you're about to hit like the S hills returning to the station. Like, it is kind of rough, and like there are, but that's literally the only moment that I could think of. Everything else still had that grit, bro. The spaghetti bowl at the back. Oh.
My takeaway is throughout the entire weekend, I only rode Raven, Legend, and Voyage, and all three of those Woodies went up in my rankings.
Yeah, so. and that's honestly what I kind of love about wooden coasters. The fact that like they can get better as if with good love and care. Like, that's just insane to me. And like
Raven needs some retracking.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Raven definitely needs some retracking, especially in that final helix.
That's every time.
The break run. Definitely needs some retracking there. Honestly, Raven was the roughest in the park this year, which was, I'm not bothered by wooden coaster roughness, but I could definitely easily feel that it was the roughest of the three.
Yeah.
But again, all three of them moved up in my rankings, and they were just such a wonderful time.
I'm not going to say exactly where Legend is yet until I get there, but just to keep y'all, sitting up in the chair about this take, I have 2 coasters at this park in my top 10. Not just Voyage.
So do I. And I have like 70 more credits, and I'm going to go ahead and spoil. I put Legend over Fury 325.
Okay, but we're not going to... All right. So before we get there, we're going to talk about another B&M. Because we skedaddled while you got your rides with Voyage, because I still needed to get park completion. So Me, James, Timmy, and Jay Lynn went on over to Thunderbird, and yeah,
Never ran it all weekend.
Yeah, because you're a freak, but it was good. Best wing in the country, in my opinion. And honestly, I think I like the wing model. I really do. If they were to make like an aggressive one, or if I were to get to the ones in like China where they're like hypers with those layouts, then maybe I'm a little bit more of a fan, casually, of that specific model.
Better than Thunderbird.
I no, it's not. Thunderbird is so much better than Gatekeeper.
Crack.
It's like 10 or 15, maybe 20 spots above Gatekeeper.
I am honestly a bit disappointed you've gone that far down in your rankings. You really... How many coasters have you ranked?
Bro, I have everything ranked besides the kitty ones. So I have up to 138.
Maybe I need to get on that level of dedication.
Yeah, so I can actually say that rides are trash. And say rides that are mid, like Millennium Force, because it's in the mid. Actually, it's getting close to lower mid now, bro. People will not want to hear that.
Below mid is trash.
No. Everything at my... Let's see, top 50? No. Dude, Wild One fell the fuck off. Jesus Christ. Everything in my top 60, I'm saying I enjoy. Because that's like half of the credits that actually matter. Because once you get past there, then they're like, alright, these are kind of like, eh. But yeah, Thunderbird is really good. It was much more intense than I thought. And I almost felt like I was going to lose my shoes. Like, and I had laces on. Like, it was good. I wish I could have gotten on it to the theorized, I don't know if it was true, but the theorized turbo mode at Holiwood Nights. But in general, everyone was having fun around the whole park, so I would have loved to have been vibing around where the boombox was, because that was hilarious. Shout out to Sloan. So, after Thunderbird, I think they got something small, but otherwise, we went on over to, I don't know if we did Legend then Raven. I think we did Legend then Raven, but I'm going to talk about it. So, Legend or Laterals. My God. My goodness.
The trick is you sit in the right seat and don't have someone sit in the left seat. And that is how you really experience the Legend.
So, you drop and you pop into the insane lateral airtime, which is insane. Then you get drops and lateral dips, crazy ejector, and then drop down into just insane punishing laterals. Then you're met with this big ol' Rose Bowl, essentially. A 540-degree helix. And let me tell you, that is a core workout in the middle of the ride to keep your body upright. There are some rides that essentially, like Daniel was just in my lap. Like, by the last rides I got on Saturday, oh my God. That is literally the best laterals I've ever been on. I don't know if... It's like after that, laterals are almost... They're not ruined for me, but it's almost I feel like I'm conditioned. I'm like, that was the most insane sustained laterals, just pinned to the side of the train. Hell, you can see the wheels if you're looking on the right side. Daniel told me this trick. You see them just teetering up and down, just like banked off the fucking track on the right side. But the track's not banked, cause it's so good. And then you would think the ride would end, because honestly that was a pretty good amount of ride time. But no, you get like honestly a pretty new, like, I would say this layout was pretty new for its time. 2001. You had like these GCI type of, well, I guess CCI, because CCI made it first. Floater hills into just lateral slams, dude. So good. The pops are great. Laterals are punishing still. Just not sustained, but they're still just as strong. And ladies and gentlemen, for my preferences in coasters at least, I might have to agree that that is better than Fury. And it's sitting at number 8. And Fury's at number 9 now. Excuse me. Because of Voyage, Legend is at 9 and Fury's at 10. So Fury is about to get out of the top 10, depending on certain rides.
That is a great take. Fantastic take, even.
So, yeah. Legend is phenomenal. I got so many more rides on that than I thought I would have this weekend just because... I mean, even then, Voyage, there were moments that halfway through Saturday, I was just walking into the station, which was insane to me. But Legend, it was like that the whole weekend, for the most part. So, yeah. There was a time randomly where it went down. I went to get rides, like halfway through Saturday, so I just stayed at Voyage. But it was funny because me and Danny were literally sitting on the brake run, and we heard in the very distance just the bell of the station going off, the dong, dong. And that's when we knew it was open. I'm like, that is so sick, bro. I love the whole theme of Legend of being a headless horseman. Dude, I'm so happy with the merch they have at that park. And let me go to Raven, because I haven't even gotten to Raven yet. Raven is in my top 20. You guys would know it's in probably my top 16 because I said earlier. But yeah, I was not expecting much, and damn, that ride, every ride exceeded expectations at this park. Every single one. Like, that first half is great. Don't get, like, you get camelbacks, and you turn around, and then it kind of lulls, but it's a fake out because you just yeet into the overgrowth. And then the ride's pace just picks up to 11. They just turn it to 11 and they make it to 12 somehow. Jesus Christ. After that second drop, it is out of control. It is rough. It is very rough, especially how fast you're going. Your brain will rattle. I definitely got that feeling. But absolutely incredible. Absolutely, definitely elite Woody. One of the best out there. And with retracking, potentially can go even higher. Maybe a spot or two. Yeah, Raven was insane. That was incredible. So we got all those that weekend. All my rides were that weekend were great. And the after, all the stuff after. Because as I would be wrapping up my night at 7 or 8 on Friday and Saturday, getting in the shower. The first night I didn't have the keys. I was really sitting in the parking lot, or I didn't have the key, like the pass key to the cabins, like the for the gate. So I was like, oh great. And then you guys were in the water park and at ERT. I'm like, oh, this sucks. They're not really looking at their phone. And then they finally got to it, and the only benefit of that happening was I was able to actually record some of the drone show. And that was my first ever drone show, and that was really cool. That was so impressive. All those drones moving around, making those figures. That was really cool. I want to see more of them. I'm pretty sure the view would have been better inside the park. But even from where I was able to get a lot. Yeah, so then after that, I finally got in. And I was just listening to the rides rip from the cabin. It's insane that I'm able to hear Voyage from the cabin. Like, it was like a mile and a half away. But you're still able to hear Voyage. Raven was right by. You could hear Raven easily, but Voyage is just... It wasn't clear as day, but it was almost as if I was in the park. Like, hearing everyone cheering, having a good time, the ambience. It was, like, incredible. I was sitting out there for a little bit just taking it all in, and I was just fine with it. I'm like, I was experiencing Holiwood Nights through that until I took a little nap, and then festivities happened at the Buzz Bars lot. Ah, man, what fun nights at the cabins, man. Seriously, Like
having vibes all night.
literally, like shout outs to Mark from Drunk Riders for showing us Boom, and also actually able to talk to him for a bit this time, because at Stumble 325 I was not able to talk to any of them, so actually able to have and conversate with Mark and Marcus too. Shout outs, because literally came over to our cabin, the High Rollers cabin. It was more of a kickback on that night though, on Saturday, because Friday was the main. I'll say Friday was definitely the main event. The games were hype. There was line dancing, and
Everybody was
awful.
On Saturday night after ERT.
people were toasted. Some people were planted on the couch for hours.
Yeah, Larson found his spot on the couch, and he was planted again. That was Friday night.
Shout outs to Larson. Yeah, shout outs to a few people. Shout outs to Creech as well. Talked to him on Friday night.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Meg as well. Shout outs to Meg.
Not a Thuzy.
Yeah, right? Not a Thuzy, for real. And there's so many people. Like, shout outs to Kyrie. I literally can.
Club, man.
Like, it's over. Like I was saying, like it was overwhelming the amount. Like, I knew I was gonna see a lot of people, but
yeah,
it was overwhelming. Because I almost felt bad I could not spend time with, like, everyone, when it's, like, that's not even fair to myself. When there was, like, 20 or 30 people I met for the first time, like, putting Discord or voice to an actual face now. An actual body. An entity.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane. But yeah, shoutouts, I'm trying to think of a few right now. It's Kyrie, shoutouts to Marshall. Oh, man. But yeah, all the people we met, all the homies. If you're listening to the cast now and you've made it through this far, all this bullshit, first off, thank you. And, wow. And shout outs to everyone. You guys were amazing. This was one of my favorite trips, literally because of the cabin after stuff. Like I said, like, literally, Holiday World was great, but I just wanted to vibe with the homies, and I appreciate everyone that gave me that vibe. I really do. So, being coaster enthusiasts and nerds and being lit.
Yes, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, literally, like, what happened exactly when Kyrie said we're coming over?
Oh my gosh! So, if you're familiar with like Rudolph and the cabins, this is pretty funny. We're all sitting outside, like 8 of us at the picnic table, and Kyrie kind of comes on like the balcony of another cabin and says, "Hey, we're bringing the party over there." So, to give a little backstory, we've got like another cabin down the hill, and it has like a family just like inside the cabin. So what we did was we like accidentally, while we were kind of, turned up a little bit, we kind of like definitely woke that family up, because when Kyrie said we're coming over there and bringing the party, I just start this like, oh, and like everyone gets involved. We're all like fucking like
in unison,
stomping and slamming on the table in unison, and then like we all just stop at the same time after a solid like 20-30 seconds of like cheering. So I can only imagine that poor family like thought we were like slaughtering a goat or something, or doing like a ritual from this voyage. I don't know.
But I will say, though,
so loud.
as loud as that moment was, they would have had to have heard everything else that was happening the night before, because they literally had a boombox. Like, we were yelling, like, it was multiple people yelling every moment for Boom. Like, yeah,
that was one of my favorite moments of the weekend. The unison chant.
Yes, yes, that was incredible. However, because everyone had to have been at the same amount of lit at that point. Then, like, we're actually at the same wavelength, like 8 or 10 people. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Oh man,
absolutely insane.
Yeah, dude.
The only thing I feel like, we missed a little bit. The water park ERT again was fantastic. Like,
was it still cold as fuck?
It is cold as fuck, but Mammoth and Cheetah Chase were the only two water coasters I rode this year because Wildebeest broke down on us. But oh god, I forgot how absolutely amazing they are.
I'll have to get back on one.
Gotten back on those.
I have to get back on one soon, but that involves me getting into a water park, so that's just very unlikely as is. But we'll see. Who knows?
Yeah.